Everybody deserves a second chance, even video games. Welcome to the Second Opinion Podcast, where the reviews aren't always right, but we are. We're here to give you the gaming takes you didn't know you needed. We've been deep in the gaming world for 17 plus years, covering all the news, releases, and drama in the gaming world, and having a damn good time while doing it. Just because some website gave a game a low score doesn't mean it's a fail in our book. We're all about giving games that second chance, diving back in where others quit. And we should probably tell you that we're real and we're very loud and opinionated, and 90% of the time we're completely off topic. But that's why you'll love us. This is your Second Opinion. Now, here are your hosts, Toaster, Soleb, and Bolts.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast. I am joined by my wonderful partners in crime, Toaster, and, of course, Mr. Bolts himself. Back again for another episode. We got three bald, beautiful men, my partners in crime. I'm so glad to have you guys here. So usually there would be, antics and me posting things up and all this. But of course, I forgot to do any of that beforehand. So we're really going to kind of just wing this show tonight and talk about some really great video game news and not really gaming news per se, but kind of thoughts on video games. It's been a bit, but I think sometimes it works better with our schedule when we do have like a week in between each episode. You know what I'm saying? Like have like bi-weekly. I don't know. Maybe something to think about. Yeah, something to talk about.
I mean, we can fill the air right now with Bolts' beautiful salmon polo.
Bro, he looks fire, man.
Look professional.
Hey, who are those?
like a golf course godfather.
Who were those twins that you said that you went to school with? You don't have to say. You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
It's golfing outing. What?
So Bolts.
Yo, what?
You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The ones that hang on. My mic was lower than I expected, but the twins that you went to high school with.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember their names, but I know who you're talking about.
I saw the sister that I don't work with today.
Yeah.
And it really weirded me out because I thought she was the one I do work with. And she had the same exact, like, I understand twins, okay? But like down to the T, the way that she laughed, the way that she was like reacting to things. And then I realized, I was like, wait a second. You're not the one that works here. You're the sister. She said, yeah, I was going to tell you. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. It was such an old man moment, bro. Oh my God. It was such an old man moment. But of course, before we get into our topics at hand tonight, we're going to get into what have you been gaming. So it used to be what have you been drinking, what have you been gaming? But, I don't drink much. I know most of you guys, y'all don't drink much. But now we're talking about gaming. So, Poster, what you been gaming?
I mean, the same thing that everybody's been gaming. Ghost of Yotei, man.
Yeah.
Just wow, Sucker Punch.
Right.
Just, I guess that gets the toaster clap of approval.
I love the toaster clap of approval. It's amazing.
But yeah, and I grabbed the Cosmic Invasion demo.
Yeah.
And that's honestly everything they say it is.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, so it's just like, you like hitting buttons. You like hitting buttons and killing stuff as members of the Marvel comic universe. And I got a game for you. Yeah, that's about it. WoW, which just released the Legion remix. So anybody missing that old expansion. You can go and re-experience it. Time walking fun. Might pick that up a little bit again. But Shinobi: The Art of Vengeance is my my go to sleep. I play that as I'm drifting off to sleep. I'm playing it on easy because, man, nobody got time for a Nintendo level difficulty in games anymore. Like, if I want to feel just awful about my gaming abilities, I just pick up a From Software game. I don't need Shinobi telling me that I suck at platforming. I know I Thank you, sir. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, mostly go to Yotei, and if you're not playing in Watanabe mode, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Do you want to explain what Watanabe mode is? Which we're going to get into it a little bit more here in just a bit.
So Watanabe mode is a mode that replaces the traditional sound, the audio track of the game with lo-fi instrumentals influenced very heavily by the great Watanabe himself, the very composer of the music for such things as Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
And everybody's favorite, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
It is. And it's really like you do have to get used to hearing some chill lo-fi beats in the background while you're chopping somebody's arm off.
Yeah.
That is a little, I mean, it picks up a little bit, but you're still like, yeah, I'm vibing, and that dude's head just went over there.
There's sometimes that it gets a little bit more than just a vibe, though, because like I turned it on and was like climbing up a mountain, and I felt like I was in a club, bro. Like I was like, okay, I don't know if it's supposed to be this fast paced, but I can't do that. Yeah, bro. What about you, Bolts? What have you been gaming?
Bro, you guys get the game? That's so awesome.
I know, bro.
No,
realistic.
Of course. Yeah, no shit, right? No. The very small time that I do get the game, of course, it is Borderlands 4. Yeah, so I'm diving as much as I can into that when I can. Of course, it's probably one of my favorite game series of all time, so I'm enjoying it. My first run through, I'm running as is it Rafi? Is it Rafa? Rafi, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the dual cannons on the shoulders. But so far, everybody talks about Stutterlands and this. I haven't really run into any problems yet. So,
You're not playing on PC,
what's that?
You're not playing on PC.
No, I'm playing on console.
That's like most of the complaints are from the PC.
That's kind of what I was thinking. And when I'm not playing that, I am playing a little Final Fantasy Tactics. I love my little turn-based strategy games. And then I've gotten really, really, really heavy into Marvel Snap, the card game on mobile.
It's really good. Ryan on Cinelinx actually has a little series that he does every once in a while called Snapback, and he said it's a really good game.
It's easy to pick up, and games are just like that. It adds a little strategy in there that you got to think about, but I mean, for the most part, it's a fun game to pick up here and there. I lost my Elder Scrolls Legends, and which breaks my heart every single day. I have to play some card game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Marvel Snap on the mobile, Borderlands 4, Tactics every now and then. Every now and then I'll dip into to Black Ops, of course, waiting for Black Ops 7. But other than that, that's really it, my man.
I love how you just combed your beard mid sentence. I mean, it's amazing. Bolts, did you see that edited your name?
What? Where? What?
Your presentation name?
My what? No, hold on.
Your little bottom presentation name says Bolts, the professor of little gaming.
You know what they need to do, Bolts, for card games?
What's that?
Magic Arena, the mobile Magic game, they need to port the console.
It'd be nice.
Because the Magic the Gathering games that were on the Xbox 360 were so much fun.
They were. They absolutely were, man. It's good times, bro.
I'll
Good
tell you
times.
this: Bolts really got me into Elder Scrolls Legends. Legends was such a unique experience that really just felt like a different version, or like a different style of card game that we hadn't really seen before. It felt more. I don't really know how to say it. It felt more grounded. Like at times, like it was a more kind of serious card game. At times, you had some of these little characters that you would have season wise or whatever that would be kind of jokey or whatever. But I don't know, man. It was just maybe it was because it was just tied to the Elder Scrolls.
And that was one thing, but man, the Elder Scrolls was such an easy game to pick up and play.
It really was, man.
I mean, the cards were basic, they were simple, but yet you really could strategize in what you needed to do. And of course, you know, it had all you had Elder Scroll characters from Morrowind, and you know all that stuff, and it was a great game, man. I just breaks my heart,
They
man.
have that Morrowind NPC that if you killed it, it screwed up the rest of the game because it was actually like a main character.
Right.
Like
It would just
start instantly and break your game.
It really was just such a different type of card game, dude. Like it's crazy to think. Like I'm looking it up now. It's crazy to think like the last time that there was a master series for it was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, God, time flies. That is crazy.
I wish they would have just left it on the game store, because they took it off and they deleted it and everything, and I was heartbroken, bro. Heartbroken.
Did you like delete it?
You had to, because it wouldn't run. It wouldn't run at all.
Sucks, man. Maybe some community members or something like that will come together.
Or somebody who goes to these gaming conventions could ask,
talk to the people that he knows at Bethesda and be like,
we're getting into dark territory here.
Right.
We're about to really tear into Microsoft. But
it's very
true.
true.
Imagine if studios started being like, well, you can rent the data center space for the servers required to run this for X amount a month.
I feel like some people would do it.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
I totally feel like that would definitely happen. Gaming wise for me, I've been playing Ghost of Yotei. Everybody's golf hot shots review comes out today. Is that any good? It has tendencies of goodness.
Have you played any of the Hot Shots golf series, or is this your first one?
Oh yeah, bro. I've played it since like 2003, 2002, 2003.
All right, so you know about, okay.
Listen,
I was really pissed when they shut down everyone's golf servers.
My thing is this though, bro, like, to say it before my review even comes out is fine because it's already past the point. I just feel like it could have been so much more, and it felt like it literally felt like they brought Everybody Loves Golf back, and there was no I just don't feel like there was any big like changes to the series, man. I feel like it's been the same game for the last 20 years.
Well, like I understand, it's so fucking perfect, man.
Yeah, but man, this one just doesn't. The game mechanics feel really stiff. There's not a lot of crazy innovation on, like, I feel like, bro, we're in 2025, okay? Like the same exact studio that did this did Digimon Survivor, and I feel like there was a lot of people that just super loved that game, and it just felt like a rehash of what we have played. Like there was a wacky golf mode on the game, which I thought added a lot of really cool elements to it, like having a twister pop up like at the hole and being able to like pull your ball there, or if these squares kind of pop up and you land in the square, it can explode and knock your ball off the green. That was kind of cool. But in that sense, it was still the same exact gameplay mechanics that were there in 2003. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
the beauty of that game.
Because when we get down into that,
the right ball, you can turn a par 5 into a fucking.
Listen, when we get down into that perspective, then it's. I feel look at what Nintendo has done. They've had the Mario series for as long as they have had it. Okay. And
Yeah.
yes, there's a lot of times the games are somewhat similar, but over time there has been innovation. You know what I'm saying? New styles of play, new styles of gaming, new styles of visuals, new styles of gameplay mechanics and modes. This had just literally felt like the same game that we've been playing for years, but they were like, hey, here's a wacky mode. And like, if that was the case, why not make it something like Everybody Loves Golf Party Edition? And like in that game, it's like you can play it against AI characters, and like every level you go to or every golf course that you go to is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some crazy stuff from the Bandai Namco universe. I mean, look at what they have. They have so many Pac-Man, bro, a Pac-Man level, a Dragon Ball level.
A par 5 in the middle of fucking one of the Dark Souls castles.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like, look at me. Hey, Bandai Namco, I am giving you full
Bloodborne main character comes walking through. Hey guys, what's going on?
Listen, I'm giving you full 100% rights to take my idea and everything. Make Everybody Loves Golf Party Edition. How great would that be, dude? Like you go, okay, for instance, you go to Namek, okay? That's the planet that you have. By the end of the hole, or by the end of your that match or that round or whatever else, the planet Namek is about to explode. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit the ball, and whenever it goes in, like you get a hole in one, the planet explodes. Goku saves you, man. I just came up with $1 million idea for you, Bandai Namco. I mean, bro, and now how cool would that be to have like a Pac-Man level? I have all these different. I mean, it would be. Oh God, it would be awesome,
freaking out
dude.
some of my guildies because with Midnight, the newest World of Warcraft expansion that's on the horizon, they're really, we'll say, streamlining things, and by streamlining, I mean potentially really dumbing down.
Yeah.
Like trimming attacks, like, and everything. And I mean, last time they did this was a pretty seismic shift in how you played your character.
Yeah.
But we started talking about like if you're gonna like make it so that it's like accessible to everybody, which is a great thing. But I think you should just throw the door wide open.
Right.
Go full fucking Fortnite with it.
Yeah.
Like any IP that Microsoft is involved in or can get a contract to get, just
Just
world.
do it. Just let them do it.
Just let me have fucking a xenomorph as my delve companion. You know, or like Master Chief walking around with you when you die, and he's like, "No, was that a good idea?" You know.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I really feel like they are missing the mark on this series. Like, I think it could be something that everybody is playing. Like, how can you pull in new player bases?
I think they
let everyone know that it's a party game. You know what I'm saying?
It's an easy, it's 30, 40 mil. The Hotshot series it's got a cult fan base, man. Like,
yeah, but man, I feel like a lot of the fans out there feel the same way I do with this game. Like it's just not, there's not anything big that changes about it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that was just,
it's golf.
I know. But what I'm saying is like, it's not okay, but look, this is not PGA Tour Tiger Woods.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
It's very hard to take something like golf and make it exciting. I don't care what you do to it, because in the back of your head, you're like, it's still golf.
I would agree with you on that.
As long as I can still crank a 500-yard drive and turn a par 5 into a one shot by cutting over a building.
All I'm saying is I would agree with you on that, but I mean,
hilarious to me was these crazy ass par 5 shots if you got the angle just right and you went over like the castle courtyard. And then you're sitting there tin cupping it like Kevin Costner because you're like, I'm gonna get this fucking shot. It's like you're 20 over par.
Fucking love tin cup. Love that movie so much.
Listen, so in that sense, you say that you can't make it any more exciting, right? I literally just came up with the only idea that would work perfectly with an anime style game. Listen, bro, okay? You're talking about it's
If you do
golf.
an
It's
anime
golf.
style
No,
game,
hang on.
Yeah,
So
like
you hit this ball, okay? And when you hit the ball, your caddy doesn't just stand there next to you. She goes in a full like Speedy Gonzalez mode and sprints as fast as she possibly can to where there is dust flying up behind her feet. Okay? And she's like, whoo, runs all the way to your ball is, and she's like, bro, they've already got the fucking elements in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, there's a character in the game that is having his own like drama-filled show in his own mind happen. Like he's like, I must stop the evil, and then he like hits the ball. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? So it's already at that point. That's what I'm saying. I feel like they were going that direction, and then they were like, oh, wait a second, this is golf game. We gotta cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like getting a Reese's peanut butter cup shake at Sonic, and you got 2 peanut butter cups at the top and a little bit of peanut butter, and that's it. Everything else below it is vanilla. That's how I felt with this, bro. Like it was such a fun experience for my kids, but at the same time, like my kids are really great gamers, but bro, like if I put something on there that looks like a cartoon or an anime, they're gonna want to try it. You know what I'm saying? I look at what Fictions and SMG Studio did with Lego Party. Okay, Lego Party, yes, it was a concept that was already founded, right? So Lego Party comes out, and it's from what some people had said at that time, it was a carbon copy of Mario Party. But Mario Party, they don't have a trademark for a party style game. But it comes out and it's $29.99. Okay. Now, mind you, this game is only $39.99, but it's $29.99, has all this different craziness. I mean, I think there's 60 different modes or game sessions that you could play in it. There's all different types of customization that you could do, localized couch co-op, all this other stuff. This game, it didn't have like, I just didn't see the same type of package with it. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like it felt like something I've played so many times over and over again. So I was just a little disappointed. But with that said, I've also like Bolts. I was playing the Black Ops 7 beta. I don't know if I'm getting Call of Duty. I'm still kind of on the fence. I'll have what does it come out in November, right? Comes out in November, so I'll have like another month really to make that decision. I am planning on getting Battlefield 6. And hopefully
we all make mistakes. It's fine.
Whatever. But I of course, as Toaster, have been playing Ghost of Yotei. So, real quickly, we're about 23 minutes in. Is Ghost of Yotei as good as Tsushima? So, speaking of that, I'm going to really kind of jump in on this part and tell you that from what I have played, the game has such a similar feel to what we have seen, but such a different feel at the same time. Now, when I say that, I mean it in the sense that this game has a lot to offer, and it doesn't feel like something that is a carbon copy of what we previously played with Ghost of Tsushima. There are some similarities, of course. You do see certain little things that have been kind of transferred over to the game and like improved and different with a different stylized kind of feel to it. But I was thinking, I kept forgetting that this game was set or is set at like 400 or 500 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima. So it feels like an actual fresh story. Not only does it feel like a fresh story, but the overall cinematics of this game, no matter the mode that you play it on, if you play it on ray tracing mode or quality mode or on performance mode on the PlayStation 5, no matter if you play it on PS5 or PS5 Pro, it is such a stellar, beautiful experience that I, of course, knew was going to happen, but I just didn't realize how much there's been a jump, I guess, in like the facial animations. The I guess I don't know, that Sucker Punch just knocks things out of the park. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a good experience. It feels so new, yet it feels like something very similar to what we've played, but it just breathes its own fresh breath of air. It's able to stand on its own as its own product, and it's just a really nice feeling to know that it's not just a copy of something we've played before. Toaster, what do you think? Is Ghost of Yotei as good as Tsushima?
I think it's unfair to compare the two.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, this is a sequel to Go. It's it's not really even a sequel.
It's not
just
technically a sequel, yeah.
Of the strife of feudal Japan, and it's a separate story. I've heard rumors that somewhere there's a link possibly to Jin Sakai, but the internet says what it will. So I don't know, how truthful that is, but I feel the combat and stuff is very similar. But Atsu's animations and how she wields the sword compared to how Jin, they're two distinctly different characters, and Sucker Punch does a really good job of making sure of that. And for me, I think it feels different and can be judged as its own standalone game because, and this is the one thing I really enjoy about playing this, I can murder people, straight up assassinate some of these enemies in this game, and not have some old dude going, "That is not the way of the samurai." You know what? Fuck you. These people killed my family and burnt my house down.
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Katana as a 12-year-old kid and left me to die. Fuck you.
Yeah,
they all dying.
Listen, to jump in on that, I so agree with you on that point, man. That is what makes this game feel so different. Is in the last game, you had that point in your head that there would be times that you would do certain things in the game and you're like, did I make the right decision? Am I really, that there's a guy constantly talking about, you're supposed to be this way. This is how this is how our clan raised you to be. This is how you're supposed to fight, blah, 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 blah. That was a constant in Ghost of Tsushima.
You felt guilty.
Yes, exactly. But in Yotei, bro,
and you were like, I feel so awful.
Yeah, in Yotei, man, it's right off the bat, bro. It's no, I ain't feeling guilty about this. I'm about to fuck these dudes up. They fucking killed my family. I'm about to fuck these guys up, man. And that is a continuous factor through this game as you are taking on some of these characters that you don't feel invincible, but you actually feel like this character is grounded in revenge and justice. You know what I'm saying? These people are horrible people that are burning these towns to the ground and just taking over everything because they feel that they have the right to. And man, I don't know about you, Toaster, but it's feeling a little resonated right now during the time that we're in. So I'm just saying, man, it is so.
It's cathartic. It's just like the reasons I'm playing Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The boxing in that game is superb, of a certain archetype, if you will. No, and that's the thing. Her as the protagonist, she feels more brutal. There is this lack of remorse. There's this lack of, the only thing she feels guilty for is revealed in a flashback memory when you find out what led up to the events, of her quest for vengeance. But her whole thing, the wolf, that, when you get up there and you can do the standoff with the wolf, holy man, that is so, the wolf literally leaps right at the throat and just starts ripping.
Yeah, bro.
There was this level of finesse to Jin. And there was, and I think, part of what made that game the way it was just the weight of the decisions that Jin had to make. One thing I will say about Tsushima is I would have loved to see them, after you finish the story, have a mode where you can play it however you want. So if you wanted to be that dude that walked up on a fort of 400 people and were like, I'm here, and do a standoff and then go full samurai, you could, but they kept it on the rails. Like, you had to do what that particular story mission asked for.
Yeah.
With Atsu, you can play however you'd like. I love how stealthy she is. And that Anyoyo's, I butchered that word.
I liked it.
Her scream, dude, she just turns into straight, like, walks over, dead.
Yep.
Dead. You're like,
yeah. Oh, you're talking about like her
howl. The howl, yeah.
The howl, yeah. It's like a superpower that she gets to where you push L3 and R3 or whatever at the same time. Same thing in Ghost of Tsushima, but I agree. Like, there's not this Jin Sakai, like it was this finesse where he like get down, he's like, yeah. Like her, she's like, nah, like I'm about to fuck you up, and she's slow walking over this dude's like, ah! It's fucking nuts, man. But
and the dual katana, like, I love how they, Jin had his stances where she has a weapon choice, single katana, dual katana. I just finished recently the Odachi storyline, so you're walking around with that giant ass katana on your back.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it's like anytime you unlock a new weapon, there's like a whole like Rocky training thing to it. Like, to do the double katana, you had to actually chop bamboo, and for the first time in the bamboo chopping, Sony was like, guess what, thumbsticks count too. And you're like, what?
Yeah, bro. They're like, you're gonna do this with your, it's just like with the dual katanas or whatever. They were like, you're gonna do this with your left hand. I was like, wait. When it was like left, down, right, up, and then it was like L1, R1, R1, L1, up, down, left. And you're supposed to push all of that at the same fucking time. Like, so you're over there going, like, it is really a crazy moment. But I hate
the touchpad.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the last thing we're going to talk about. Touchpad, bro. Like, bringing back reminiscence of the PlayStation Vita touchpad aspect of Uncharted. I don't know if anyone ever played the Uncharted game on PlayStation Vita, but on the back of the touchpad, you'll walk up to certain areas and put a piece of paper up, and then you would use the back of the touchpad, and it would like, you'll be able to outline stuff or use the touch screen and outline it. On this, it's the same way. And you can, what is it, Toaster? Like, you run your finger.
Yeah, you can do your paintings by running your finger along it. When you initially start the game and she's going over her quest for vengeance, you write the Yotei 6's names, and it uses the touchpad.
And it was awesome, man.
It uses the X-axis, like the motion sensing for cooking.
Oh, yeah. And like when you start a fire, you have to actually like get on there and like start the fire. It's really crazy. Hold down the trigger and it blows harder. It's really a cool addition, or something that they probably could have used a lot more of in the last game. But I hate to cut us off. We're running short on time. So we're going to go ahead and move into our next. Wait. Hang on. I didn't do the thing. Wait a second. Time for next topic. So, Bolts, we're going to start with you, okay? Microsoft delays Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price hikes for some subscribers. So, as some of you may know by looking into this news, Xbox recently announced big price hikes for Xbox Game Pass. And a lot of people are trying to make adjust of this, okay? So I know a lot of people are probably going to watch this in the coming weeks and say that I don't know what I'm talking about in this sense, but it's horseshit, dude, okay? Like, I'm sorry. I love Xbox. I do. But over a short amount of time, we have seen Xbox Game Pass go from the cheapest and best deal in gaming to, I don't even know what to call it, bro.
The Netflix.
In all honesty, the Netflix of gaming. Like, continuously, we have seen it climb and climb and climb and climb and climb. So, like, if you don't have Game Pass, and say it in this sense with this new program or system that they have set up. Say you have had Game Pass for years. You always pay for it. They're saying at this point in time that you are grandfathered in at the price that you are paying. If you let that go lapse and your Game Pass subscription cancels, and then you re-up to go back into Game Pass, then you have to pay the new price. Okay. So the new price is, what is it? $39.99?
It's $30.
$30, $29.99.
Yep.
So
for like the highest tier.
For the highest tier. So originally, Game Pass was $4.99. And yes, I get the fact that this new Game Pass not only comes with, Ubisoft Plus, and it comes with Fortnite monthly battle pass, and then the ultimate Game Pass aspect of things. But when we continuously see these game prices going up and up and up and up and up, does it get to the point where we think that we should just buy the games and stop doing pass services? Do y'all still think this is a good overall deal? Bolts, we're going to start with you. I want to hear your actual opinion. I want to hear facts out of the old school Xbox 360 head of Bolts.
This is my philosophy, and this is my thought process on it. Okay, so just for reference, you have Lost. What am I thinking of? By Obsidian. Come on, the Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah,
coming out. You have Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out. Okay, coming to coming to Xbox Game Pass, which eventually you'll have to pay $30 for. Okay, those two games alone will cost you $160, $180. That's to me, that's enough said. Now, yes, you got to pay that every single month. Okay, but every single month you're getting you're getting games that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah,
monthly, whether you like the games or not. Because let me tell you something. There's a big handfuls of games that I don't play on Xbox Game Pass. Mm-hmm. Okay, but there are games that I play religiously that, yes, I could have bought one-time fee, but I always had that option to go play something new and something different that I don't have to fucking pay for.
Yeah,
and that alone right there justifies everything that I needed. That Game Pass is. Or any gaming service, for that matter. You always have the choice to go play something that you don't have to purchase. And that's money in your pockets, regardless of how you feel about it. In this day and age, saving money where you can is always go tier. I have to re-up my insurance at UPS. We ain't even talking about the price on that. We ain't even talking about that right now. But I'm just saying, anytime you have a chance to spend $30 monthly to go play whatever you want, something you've never played before, games you don't think you would like, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It justifies the means in the end, regardless. Like I said, regardless how you feel, even if it goes from $4.99 to $30, which it has gone over its lifespan. Okay, yes, you got to start out low. You got to get everybody in, and once they get everybody in, then yes, the corporate mongrels come in force and be like, money, 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 money. Okay, we know how that works. That works in everywhere. But like I said, I have a slew of games that I can play at any point, and they're going to continue to release a slew of games at any point that I do not have to pay for. And that alone, whether they're $5 games, whether they're $10 games, whether they're $12 games, so on and so forth. I don't have to purchase them and be like, oh shit, I don't like this game. Let me set it off to the side.
I mean, okay. Well, in that sense, real quick, Toaster, I'm going to say this. He talked about in October that there was big games, right? All right. So this is what I'm getting at. And I understand in the sense that, yes, these games would be straight out of the bat $69 to $79. Mm-hmm. Okay. But what has Xbox said for the last 6 years? And why did I get on board with Xbox? Because Xbox had stated that Game Pass was for everybody at the price that it was at, because it was the cheapest and best ultimate aspect of gaming. That's what they said. Mm-hmm. I even being somebody that got to the point to where I was preaching to people saying how good of a deal Xbox Game Pass was. Now, what I will say that Bolts is right in that sense is the economic system that is at play in the world right now continuously fluctuates. And just like Bolt said, I'm having to re-up on my insurance, and I can already tell my premiums are going to go up like crazy. So from a gamer standpoint, I'm looking like, man, there's some big games coming out over the next coming months that I'm excited to play, like Ninja Gaiden 4 or the Outer Worlds 2. Those are coming out in October of this year. So what these other games, they're coming out as well. So am I going to, as a gamer, am I going to pay $69 to $79 for every one of these games? The logical answer is no, you don't want to do that. Of course, it'd be cheaper to get Game Pass and get Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2, then in November, get Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and then in February of this coming up year, get High on Life 2, and then get all these other games that are going to be exclusives.
And that's not even talking about PC Game Pass mixed in with that.
That's not. So
that's a whole other pool of games.
My thing is this. I think it's time for gamers to start really making that choice. Are you willing to pay $30 a month for a service like Xbox that you're only going to pay, that most heavy-duty gamers are only going to play maybe 3 games of the 20 games that they release within a month's time?
Yeah, but you also have to take into consideration it's not just the Xbox games, because then you have Ubisoft and EA.
It's not. It's
not.
But
EA's probably. I don't know. Yeah,
so
that's like a whole nother show about what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. But let's remember in that sense too. If you're like us now, Bolts, I know you don't have your PlayStation anymore, but if you're a multi-console player, okay. That's when you have to, bro, you got to cut down, unless you're making $100K a year, you really got to start making decisions, okay? You got Netflix, you got all these other subscription services that you're playing. Then for instance, I have to pay for PlayStation Plus, which I'm out of PlayStation Plus right now. I got to wait until the next time I get paid to re-up it. It's continuously, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at more in the aspects of not just Microsoft, but all of these companies. Dude, it's one thing
in the grand scheme of it, if you had to choose between Game Pass and the PlayStation Plus program, Game Pass wins hands down.
So let's say Game Pass. Game Pass is $30 a month. Let's say it goes up to $30 a month for 12 months. That's $360 a year. That's it.
60 back.
That's it. You just purchased Ninja Gaiden 4 and Outer Worlds 2 games, and you just paid half of what that is for 2 games for 1 month.
Listen, I totally agree with you.
If you have an existing subscription and you don't cancel it, you're locked in at your price. I'm
exactly
$20.
Yes, but
and I don't plan on canceling it because I'm going to play Outer Worlds 2. I'm going to play, not Call of Duty, but the Indiana Jones.
He's like, not Call of Duty. No.
The Bethesda games, any of those I'm playing.
Now listen, I'm just stating the facts. All right. Most everybody is going to have multiple consoles nowadays in the first place. If they didn't have multiple consoles, then Sony would not have the highest selling console or whatever the hell they said. Sony's like, PlayStation 5 is outsold every other console we've had before because PlayStation did something. Maybe it's just the fact that they made their console look so strange.
No, they actually made a fucking gaming console.
They made a gaming console that has exclusives
reasonably, and didn't go all freaking. They basically did what they did with the PS4. The reason the PS4 sold, the PS3 didn't sell all that great because
but the PS4, I agree with you. The PS4 sold like fucking hot.
Right. So for me, dude, I went from a PlayStation and a PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Sony guy, and I went to the 360 when the PlayStation 3 came out because A, I couldn't afford a PlayStation 3, and B, the presentation just came off as elitist fuckery.
Yeah. Yes, I agree in that sense. I'm just saying, look, I'm going from the perspective of what I have seen online, not in the perspective of what I actually believe. There's been a lot of people that have been upset with the price increase on Game Pass. And I feel like the reason they've been upset is because for years now, it has been kind of locked in of we're not going to go over this certain price. And they have continuously gone over that certain price. So it just kind of throws them in the pot of other companies in that sense of saying, what is the point of them continuously raising prices when we look at Microsoft as a company, okay? But look at Microsoft as a company that has continuously cut staff, cut 23,000 jobs at the beginning of 2025, has reinvested $81 million or whatever into AI technology. Okay, so which is anti-worker in that sense. That's how I feel. But then you also have to cut back to statements that they have made continuously of keeping the price at a certain price. They even said in the court case, from my understanding, from what I have looked up, is when they went to court about the monopolization of their company and buying Activision, they said this purchase is not going to increase the price of our services.
For an X amount of time.
But still. But they did what they said they weren't going to do. So what are we going to be having the same conversation in the next 2 years whenever Game Pass is now $59.99 a month?
Because that's the way capitalism works.
You know what I'm saying? I know, but that's what I'm saying. So it eventually is going to get to the point to where the gamers that can afford it, the gamers that have Xbox Series S's, eventually that system itself is going to be outdated too. It can only handle so much. I don't know if y'all, Bolts, I know you've used an Xbox Series S. There is a difference. There's a huge difference. And one of the
100% there's a difference.
There's more people that own S's than they do X's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when is it going to get to that point to where then we not only are they paying the price that they're paying for Game Pass, but eventually they're going to say, listen, this game, I'm just stating facts. I'm stating facts. Like, yes, we can say, okay,
where their console is just going to be a computer.
I'm fine with that. But bro, and then the
ROG
Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally is $1,000.
Well, I mean, there's other bullshit going on that's causing a jack in that price.
Exactly. But that's what I'm getting at. Is like, this is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? We still, until things can change again, we got until 2028.
People are going to continue, like, that's the thing. Like, yes, their website crashed with people trying to cancel the subscriptions. Like, okay. But they have us hook, line, and sinker, man. Like, I have so many games that I downloaded day one that I didn't pay for. And, the other benefit is you're like, well, shit, $30 a month, or if you stay, I mean, I know it sucks, and it sounds like we're taking Microsoft's side, but we aren't. It's a shitty thing for them to do. But at the same time, like, how much money goes into the development of a video game, especially a AAA title?
Yes.
And then you have an entire group of gamers out there that can play it for basically free and not drop the $70 to buy it, whereas you had an entire group of people on PlayStation. I mean, look at the amount of people playing on PS5 that bought Indiana Jones.
Oh, listen, it's not even a question. So let me state this real quick, because I feel like I'm just asking questions of things that I have seen online. Do I feel that the price increase is bullshit? Yes, I do. The company has made more than enough money over the last fiscal year to not have to increase their price. Am I still the same type of person that thinks it is more than worth the price? Yes, no question. No question. You can't sit there and not say that it's not worth $30 a month, because as we have seen, games have continuously gone up. I really feel that Nintendo needs to do their own Game Pass service as well. I mean, they would lock in so many people and make so much exponential money off of a subscription service that is crazy. But especially now that they basically own the games that you're buying. Like,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It does. With the Nintendo Online, where you can play NES and 64.
I'm talking about brand new titles day one. In that sense, I'm also saying, they have it's a virtual card now. It's like, it doesn't matter if you have the physical game. If you put that game in and you say, you download the game or whatever, it's like me setting up the account on my kids' Switches. I set it up to where they can, I could use both the Switches under my account. But like, if one of them wants to play that game and the other one wants to play that game, They can't play both of the same exact versions of the game. I have to buy another version of that game for both of them to play the same exact fucking game. You know what I'm saying? It's really nuts. 10 of what? 10 of 9? I'm confused.
We have 10 minutes until it's 9 o'clock.
Oh, shit. Yeah. You put 10 of 9. Were you trying to say 10 till 9?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, and just to piggyback off why, regardless of what the price is of Game Pass or any gaming service, whether PlayStation jacks up their price and whether Nintendo gets something and jacks up their price, it's so on and so forth. Now, everything is so digital now. I could go buy Ninja Gaiden or fucking Outer Worlds 2, and 90% of the time where you go, you're gonna have to buy that digitally. And once you have it, you can't do nothing else with it besides sit it in your library. Back in the day, you could be able to buy a physical copy and be like, "Oh, this sucks," and go trade it in for X amount of money or store credit or whatever. You can't do that now. So whether it's $30 or not, you're gonna in the long run, it is nothing but a great deal. And me personally, I'm not butthurt about them jacking up the price. Okay. Because everywhere nowadays, everything is going up. Whether it's the price of eggs, to the price of a shirt, to baby clothes, to whatever, the price of everything is going up, and it's in a sense, you're right. It does suck, but to me, I have no qualms about it because in the long run, in the ordeal of everything, I am still saving money and keeping money in my pocket.
And you're still getting a value. I completely understand that. Lastly, we got just a couple of minutes left on the show. I cut this short. We're going to talk real quick about this, and I know it might mainly be focused on me and Bolt's talking about this, but Call of Duty versus Battlefield. So right now, the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta is out, or the open beta, and it's been extended until I think Wednesday or Thursday morning, Wednesday night or Thursday morning. You can play multiplayer. You can also play zombies on there. Bolts, you said you played it. What do you think about it so far?
Listen, it's a Black Ops game. You get what you pay for. I think they made the Omni movement, a little bit smoother. The gunplay is relatively the same. The cool aspect you to attach a grenade and throw it at a group of people. That's pretty cool. It really is. But it's as you can see, it is a Black Ops Call of Duty game. That's exactly what it is. I've got, like I said, you can move a little bit quicker, a little bit. To me, the movement is smoother, and it's not as quick and ridiculous as Black Ops 6. Yeah. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit more technic. But the time I played it, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's one of those games that I played past the time, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the parts of Black Ops 7. Of course, I don't play Warzone or Zombie or anything like that. I'm strictly Team Deathmatch. But I mean, that's exactly what it is. You hump, bam, bam. It's a fun Black Ops game. It really is. I don't touch Battlefield. I haven't touched Battlefield since, I don't know, never. But Battlefield has never been my cup of tea. I've never liked, for whatever reason, it never grasped me. And now, of course, I grew up on Call of Duty 2 back when on the 360, and ever since that World War II title, I was hooked. But Battlefield, I never really grasped. I could never really get into it. However much I could destroy and fly, I think it was the big Battlefield with the planes and the tanks and the train. That's why I don't like Warzone. But Black Ops 7, was fun. The gameplay was smooth, gunplay was smooth. I enjoyed it. So
I get you. And I'm not going to say I don't agree with you in that sense. I think Black Ops 7's beta has been really fun so far. I think there's a lot of really cool aspects of the game that make it feel very different compared to Black Ops 6. Though I did enjoy Black Ops 6 story, I can't say I really enjoyed Black Ops 6 multiplayer. I don't know if it's a game that I'm going to buy though yet. I think I need to play a little bit more of it to really kind of come to a decision of if I'm going to buy it day one, or if I'm going to wait for a bit, or if I'm just going to re-up my Game Pass subscription and play it through that. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I will tell you, in that sense, that the game does. I feel like it does understandably have an easy pool for anyone that is wanting to play a game that continuously is changing. One game that I am very excited for in that sense is Battlefield 6, because I feel like there's been a lot of times that Call of Duty continuously has brought out games that have been really grounded at the beginning, but then in the middle of the season or the middle of the life cycle of that Call of Duty, it's changed to something that it wasn't at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that happened with the last 2 Call of Duties, to where it just got to the point that the community just hated the multiplayer. They hated playing it. It was always the same stuff of people doing I don't even know Call of Duty lingo anymore in that sense, whenever it comes down to like what has been changing with the community of Call of Duty. Things have kind of spiraled over the years, but what Black Ops 7 is supposed to do is bring it back to kind of the brass aspects of like what made Black Ops a really great multiplayer experience. What I know is that Battlefield 6 is going to be a very grounded experience as well. It's going to be really a very large scale at times battle aspect that I feel it feels more like warfare than what it's supposed to feel like in Call of Duty. The futuristic thing is cool, but like I really like the fact that Call of Duty stepped away from the future aspect of Black Ops and got back to boots on the ground style gameplay. That's what I like about Battlefield 6. I like the fact that it is set now. I like the fact that it is more realistic in that sense. And I like the destructive environments. I like the large-scale battles. And I like the innovation that they've done. They realized what they did bad at the previous game was not bringing in a campaign, not making the multiplayer what it was at one point in time, of having the different styles of play, but also having the different styles of class that were grounded to individual classes in that sense. Like if you got a scout, the scout is the only one that could have the sniper rifle. If you got an engineer, the engineer is the only one that can have the rocket launcher and the torch that will fix the tanks. That's what made it great, and they're bringing it back. So it is a big toss-up, and that's the question I'm asking you guys. What are you excited for? Please make sure to let us know. Comment. Go to Cineleaks.com and check out our other content, but definitely make sure to subscribe to these channels. We're going to be doing more content continuously. I got 2 big reviews coming out tomorrow for Yooka Replayly, and I also have a review coming for Little Nightmares 3. Please make sure to check that out at Cineleaks.com, and check out soon, hopefully, for our review of Battlefield 6 and more podcasts. I got to get these bearded, bald men to bed, so I bid you adieu, and happy Halloween. We'll be back in the coming weeks. Peace out.